Hey guys, how's it going? So I got some new batteries for my digital TP3 and I wanted to show you guys what I'd found. So here's the quad. It's got 5000 kV 1303 FPVCycle motors and it weighs 77.7 grams dry weight. If we take one of these 500 milliamp GNB batteries I've been flying recently, it gets us to almost 122 grams. And that's a little bit heavy for a TP3. The analog build of mine is around 105, 100 grams dry weight, and that's really perfect. Once you get over 110 grams, it really doesn't fly as well at all. So being up around 120 on the digital toothpick, I added these braces, and that let me push the PIDs up and make it fly a little bit better, but it was still underpowered. There are still situations where you just don't have the power and control that you need to get out of them easily and make it look good and, you know, fun to fly. It gets by on 3S. It's just not quite enough power. And so without having to buy new motors, I figured I could just add a cell. And actually what happened was I ordered these batteries, these 650 milliamp 4S for another build that I'm doing. And I just kind of thought it'd be fun to just strap one to this thing, even though it's 147 grams dry, or all up. I figured, hey, let's give it a shot. So I put a 90% motor limit on, and it flew pretty awesome. It was definitely too heavy to fly in my yard, but it flew pretty well, like all things considered. The motors weren't hot, and so I had a Pyrodrone gift card, and I ordered these 450 milliamp 4S packs. And that puts my all up sort of right in between these two at 131.7 grams. And so I put an 88% motor limit on and took it out into the yard and flew it. So let's go ahead and check out what that looked like. And let's fly. Everything is wet, so we're gonna take it nice and easy. There's an 85% motor limit. Okay. This is a dream. I gotta itch my finger. Hopefully a bird doesn't come take me out. This is incredible. Everything is wet, so we're not going to get too risky. It flies so good. It's really fast. This is incredibly fast. This is literally my first battery. I only tried this because I've tried the 650s on 4S and it was way too heavy, but it actually flew pretty good. Sidewalk check. Having digital in the yard, my hair is terribly caught up in this. In this band, it looks hilarious. This is probably stupid to be doing. Sounds awesome. I'm overshooting everything though because I'm not used to the power. The thing is, with like 103 gram TP3 that's like analog on 3S, the 5000 kV motors, it's not, when you have weight, you almost have to fly faster, if that makes sense. Like in small areas. So like to catch myself out of a dive, I have to get higher on the throttle to catch the dive properly. But then the effect of that is because I got high on the throttle, now when I come out of the dive, I'm gonna be moving, if that makes sense. A little bit of prop wash, not too bad. It flies so good, man. I really want to do cool stuff in the backyard, but it just rained and there's like these little buds on the trees. At least the one tree, which is funny. It's always this one tree first because the sun hits that side. I imagine that's why. 3 minutes and 15 seconds. I'm at 3.6 volts per cell. let's do a quick punch out, even though our battery's low. Alright, battery's super low, I gotta bring it in. Alright, I literally just got outside and it started raining, so this isn't gonna be a full long video, but this is 3S, just for a quick comparison. It's also a little windier than it was a second ago. So with the quad's just lighter. It just flies lighter, even though it's got less power. Like you can go slower, like when you're moving around. Like you can just chill at lower throttle, which means like you're kind of cruising around to lower throttle, right? So, anyway, quick punch out. Honestly, that had some trilling too. This tune may not be that perfect, to be honest with you. Oh, that would have been bad. Oh, that's where 3S sucks, because that was full throttle to not be in that tree. Anyway, it's kind of raining out here, so we're not going to keep this going all night, but... There's the cat. What's up, cat? Alright, let's end this. So yeah, that was 3S. It's lighter, and it's less powerful, like but it flies exactly like you'd expect it to be different if you really think about it. Still think the analog TP3 at like 103 grams definitely flies the best. It's got all the power that the 4S one does, but then it's just like a best of both worlds, except for the video world, which sucks because it's terrible. And yeah, guys, so this thing on 4S down around 130 grams is awesome. It's still a little faster than I'd like for the yard, but it is definitely doable. It flies great. The 88% motor limit is perfect. I left all the other PIDs the same. Super, super fun to fly. If you have one of these builds and you're slightly overweight, like maybe your dry weight's maybe between 75 and 90 grams, would definitely look into something like this. And then adding a little bit of a motor limit depending on your weight. If you're super, super heavy, you might honestly just leave it, but for most people, you're gonna want to limit between maybe 85 and 90%, and it should fly awesome. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope to see you again soon.